It's happened to the cave where the echoes bounce, in the depths where the whispers of knowledge count. A place not just of dark, but of light where ideas clash and take flight. K4 on the beat, in the labyrinth deep, navigating mysteries that the cave keeps. Every step a new discovery, every turn a story untold inside the cave where the shadows unfold. Inside the cave where the shadows unfold.
Finding secrets that the universe keeps, from the echoes of the past to the whispers of the new. Inside the cave, we find the truth. Walls lined with the beats of history's hard new. Inside the cave, find the truth. We find the truth.
What's up, everybody? It's been a while, but it's your boy Proper. I'm sitting here with Oreez, going to talk about some cryptocurrency. But before we get started, just a few things to mention. If you're not already, please join our Patreon at patreon.com/K4V3, or you can find a link on K4V3.com where you can subscribe to our Patreon, get exclusive access to our Discord. But if we are live, access to our Discord is free. So that's another way to get into the Discord. But if you want to support us so we can continue putting out content like this, consider being a member on our Patreon. Like I said, you can find that on K4V3.com. All right, guys. So today's topic, we're going to be talking about cryptocurrency. A lot of news with crypto. And Oreez and I over here have been messing with crypto for a little bit. So we thought it's about time we kind of just talked about our experiences, what we know, because I know there's a lot of people out there who want to get into the crypto space but aren't really sure what's going on. But from the top, I'm going to tell you guys right now, don't invest in Hawk2a coin. If you really want to take this seriously, don't put your money
or fart coin.
Or fart coin, or there's one called like Cum Rocket or something. It's
hell no.
You know, but I mean, it just shows. But so crypto kind of just shows that it's all about what people feel is valuable. If they think Cum Rocket is going to be a valuable coin, they can invest their money in that. But
I'm pretty sure there are people in this world that think cum rockets are quite valuable.
But before, obviously, that's just a bare surface. Everyone thinks, you buy these coins, but there are other factors that contribute to why crypto value goes up. It's mainly the utility. For people who are actually into crypto, those are things they look for. As an investor, that shit probably doesn't matter to you because you're just here to, get that rocket to the moon like everyone else is. But it pays off to know what you're putting your money into, not just like saying, oh, you know what, I think this coin's going to blow up. It's all about knowing the kind of project you are backing. Now, imagine there's a lot of utility depending on the crypto. And I know, Oreez, you have some insight about utility and all that. And I know you wanted to talk about blockchain. So how about we just kick it off with that? Like, what is utility of crypto and what are different utility each like other coin offers? And for one, Pepe, why I love Pepe is because they're upfront like there's no utility. This shit's for fun, and that's why I like the coin, and there is some value to it. Is it going to reach Doge numbers? Dude, it's going to market cap is what you're going to have to look at, and realistically,
that's the amount of money already flooding in type shit, right?
Yeah, so that's about so exactly. So in order for it to reach Doge numbers, if you do the math, I'm not going to do the math right now; it's a lot, but Pepe would have an insane market cap. But but before we dive into market cap, things like that, Brandon, let's go back to utility. What are some coins you're looking at, and what are the utility you like about them?
Well, first and foremost, let's start off with just the blockchain itself, because I think people are quite unfamiliar with that. Mm-hmm. And I mean, as far as I know, the blockchain technology is what you've been using with your emails, with your text messages, all that stuff. I mean, right? It's just data that's being traced or tracked, more or less.
Mhm.
And it's encrypted so it can't be altered, right? Once it's been written down and it's been sent, that's what it is.
Yeah, it's pretty much like the backbone of what is running cryptocurrency. It's also a ledger. It's full transparency
Yes.
about the transactions, and that's what people are so drawn to crypto because of the blockchain, the transparency. With our banks, it's scummy. You don't know where your money is at. You deposit your money, you go over there, you try to withdraw, and what do they say? We don't have that money right now. So what the fuck you mean? You don't have that money right now.
Exactly. God forbid if something was happening with their system or the infrastructure of their business, your funds could end up being frozen.
Right. Exactly. And that's why, that's one of the key, like I said, just talking about, again, the transparency about the blockchain is knowing where the money's coming, where it's going. You're not going to know exactly who. You'll just see all these crypto wallet addresses, but you're not
correct. But it's actually very useful because if you could tell if your payments or if your receiving is pending or not. It's truly pending. You see it in more or less real time. You don't have to wait for someone to update it by putting in the information. Yeah, it got filed, this, that, and the third, whatever.
Right.
No, the computer's doing it.
Right.
And you even get a time limit.
Which brings up exactly. So, I think you were lagging a little bit, so we were kind of overlapping each other. But
oh no, yeah.
So with blockchain,
go ahead.
Like we discussed blockchain, and so another basic thing to understand is like the reason why people are flocking to crypto is because of the decentralization, meaning it's not controlled by any central authority or a bank. It's controlled by you. You have these coins, whether you store it in like a cold wallet or you have it just sitting out on the exchange, which you shouldn't be doing unless you're having it sit in the exchange because you're trying to sell it. But if you're trying to hold it, you shouldn't be having it sit in the exchange, which unfortunately a lot of people are doing. I do have some stored in a cold wallet. And I advise people who want to hold some and then put some on the exchange. I think that's a smart thing to do. But everything we talk about on this podcast is not financial advice, so don't.
Of course, it's all
disclose that
because there are uses for keeping it with your exchange. Like for example, Coinbase, they're literally turning into a bank. There's an option for you on Coinbase to set up a prepaid debit card. Right, you could even get the debit card sent to you. It's a Visa. It's valid. And when you run it, essentially it credits the firm, right? That's holding your assets.
Yeah.
And they deduct from whatever holdings you have as far as like liquid cash that is in their reserve. You've allowed them to hold, right? So, and I've been getting cash back on Bitcoin for my purchases through that. So now I've linked all of my monthly payments, certain bills and stuff like that. I've linked it to my Coinbase card because I'm getting cash back. Bitcoin for my purchases is a 0.9. I could switch it over to Ethereum. I could switch it over to the USDC. USDC comes with like a 4.9 interest rate, gain if you're if you're holding it in their coin, in their stable coin. So there's a lot of different approaches, I guess you could say.
Yeah, definitely. They're making it much more easier for the consumers to get into. Really, Robinhood has made, I think, in all honesty, kind of boomed when Robinhood opened up, and that's when we kind of saw like a lot of people starting to just invest. Why? Because everyone was just at home, pandemic, and Robinhood came along, and now everyone's using what's it called? Everyone was buying crypto on that app, and I was like, what is this? There was a lot of investing going on. I remember that. But just to go over the definition, I think some people would like to know, like, well, what is crypto? I don't get it. Like, I've been asked before, like, is it an actual coin? Like, no, it's digital. It's a, like I've read stories about. Have you seen this about this guy who apparently bought all this Bitcoin and he had like the actual coin? He got scammed. He thought he was buying Bitcoin. I'll try and pull that up later in the stream, but just so you know, crypto is not going to be
Dear God.
it's not going to be an actual coin. It's digital currency, let's just say, or virtual currency. Like, you know, when you buy in a video game, you buy currency and to buy whatever skin you want for like Fortnite. That's essentially kind of what cryptocurrency is.
Or if you're like on one of those mobile games and you need gold to like access certain upgrades and stuff like that, and you could buy from your game shop gold and you're trading actual money for it. So some people aren't going to look up more information.
iTrails, some people aren't going to look up more information on a lot of this stuff, so they just go on surface level stuff and don't actually try to do this stuff for real. The market is really crazy right now. It's not going in a good direction. You know, that's interesting that you brought that up. The fact that it's not going a good direction. I kind of feel that way. And a lot of people are saying, no, there's all these laws. And, you know, it looks good on the surface. Like Eric Trump, he said what? They're not going to any US based crypto. If you're holding that and you make money off of that, you're going to face zero capital gains tax, which is very enticing for now for people to try and get into. But what also kind of discredits that is when Trump released his fucking coin, it went up to a fucking crazy high. Was it like $75? And he fucking rugged it.
Exactly.
You know, and so that's kind of why I don't, you know, I'm not gonna lie, I wanted to get in on Trump and just try and fucking make some money off of it, because like, hey, there's money to be made. We don't know where this is gonna go. And sure enough, when I was sitting back, it started just dumping. And then all of a sudden Melania announces a coin. So
yeah, she started like absorbing everything.
Yeah, and that didn't go anywhere. And unfortunately, stuff like that is going to kind of give cryptocurrency a hard road to be taken seriously because of shit like that. People like fucking that stupid Haktua bitch. You know? Like,
yeah, stupid.
We could call her a bitch. Thing. You know why? Because she rugged it and took everyone's money. And the fucked up part is
she spit on everybody, bro.
She Haktua it on everyone, and everyone just fucking took it.
Yeah, they like that shit.
Oh. Yeah,
maybe.
Not with that lawsuit, they don't like that.
They was liking that shit when they was getting hocked to it. Now they covered in the hock to it, they a little upset and shit. No.
Exactly, and now it's just it's like I said, the hard thing about cryptocurrency right now is to establish any sort of credibility. I mean, I do hear people saying like, "Well, Dogecoin is just a joke." I was like, "Yeah, it really was. It always has been." And when I've heard of Dogecoin a long time ago, and it came out, I just thought it was a funny coin. I was like, that's funny. But even at that time, crypto was still, no one knew what the fuck it was. And look where it is. We got Bitcoin. Going to hit probably 110 soon. It's going to happen. There's a lot of money going in on this. And the reason why it's such a volatile market right now. You know, it's just up and down, but it's also sideways. And it's crazy. Almost. I've been waiting for Dogecoin to drop more so I can buy some more, but you know,
right.
It's just showing you there's like a tug of war going on. A lot of people selling because there's money, and you know, there's big money going into crypto right now. That's why it's kind of holding it. But there's a lot of things showing that also the Trump administration is investing in Ethereum. They bought a shit ton of Ethereum, and that's people are like, oh, you know what? It's going to go up. I was like, but Vitalik is always fucking selling. The foundation is always selling, so it's hard to even watch Ethereum go up. But I feel like with this administration, if they rug pulled you on their coin, they're gonna rug pull on whatever they're investing in. So that's the hard part. The big money has so much control, they can manipulate the price, and I think that's why a lot of people are wanting to get in there, because obviously there's so much regulation already in the stock market. The stock market is fucking shit. And no one wants to be in there anymore. And then this new thing called crypto, and they're like, "Oh, we can manipulate the price," you know. And it's very enticing for the wolves of Wall Street, let's just say.
Oh, absolutely.
To make money off of the little guys like us. But that's why people like us are trying to get into crypto. It's like, no, dude, you guys want to control the dollar bill? It's fucking going up in inflation. We're going to go to crypto, and they're like, "Oh, that's what they want to use." Now they're trying to manipulate it on us,
right?
You know.
I mean, yeah, but I think it's going to be a little bit difficult for them. Even with this new administration, right?
Mhm.
Because it's still in the like infancy,
It is.
you know. So we don't know what the next technology is going to do for us.
That's a story of a lot of crypto holders, man. I've lost almost as much money as I've gained.
I'm actually, I mean, you know, thank God I'm in the positive right now. Like, I mean, in the beginning phases, I would argue I lost about a rack, right?
Mhm.
But holding on to the ones that I had and just kind of like analyzing it,
Mhm.
you know, kind of gave, you know, you watch it and you see which ones you're most comfortable with. You see which ones are consistent, right?
Mhm.
And you get a better understanding of like their flow. And I would argue that not only is it people manipulating the price, I would argue it's actually literal robots that are manipulating the price. And robots, unlike humans, are extremely predictable.
Fucking
So
Skynet trying to
if you
take our crypto or what?
they're predictable though. They're
Uh-huh.
trying to control it, but they're predictable. Robots are so predictable because
Mhm.
I've worked with the machines for the past like decade, dude.
Of course.
They're extremely predictable. Humans, you don't know what the fuck a human's gonna do, but you could tell what the fuck the computer is gonna do based off of its trends.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? As soon as it
Mhm.
changes trends, what do you have to do? You have to recalibrate. You have to either recalibrate the system or recalibrate the instrument that's analyzing the system. The instrument being your fucking brain.
Of course.
So you could find that sweet spot.
Yeah.
I've got about
Right here,
7
though, real
evening
quick.
points. Yeah, me
That's
too.
good. Diversify. A lot of people kind of just ape into one coin and they fucking lose all their money. That's because you put it all in one coin. This is the smart thing to do, is like what Trails said over here. Yes, about 7 or 8 main coins that are go to. Smart. You need to diversify because one can tank and one is saving you. So it's something to consider. But yeah, Brandon,
Yeah,
going
you
back to what you
know,
were saying.
that's what happened with Sheeb, dude. Sheeb fucking tanked.
Mm-hmm. It did. Honestly, like I look at Sheev and I'm like, what? Oh, this is going nowhere.
Yeah, I've more or less put the rest of my Sheeb into Doge. What I did was right before like Sheeb dropped back under 20.
Mm-hmm.
It was around 21. I think it's like 4. Is it 4 points 21 or 3? Whatever the case may. I think it's 4. But once it was up at 21, I just turned it all into fucking Doge, man. And Doge was on the low. Doge was on the low 34 end.
Mm-hmm.
It was like 343, and then dude, as soon as it spiked up to 36, 37, dude, I was just cashing out that sheep shit. You know what I mean? Because at that point, it's like I'm gonna get some gains off of that somehow, man. And like, so with Shiba, yeah, definitely I'm in the red, but that gets neutralized from the gains of the other things, like gains from XRP, gains from fucking Doge, gains from Bitcoin. Actually, I've been getting gains from Bitcoin too, and analysts are saying all you need is 0.01 to actually be in like a good position the next 10 years. So if you can just get like $1,000 on it right now, you could probably be in the clear in the next 10 years. It's completely up to you though.
Yeah. So speaking of stuff like that, I actually wanted to ask Trails if he's still viewing right now. Oh, he actually just commented. He said, took me a while to figure out the trends, but once I did, it's a lot easier. Kind of like you're saying, makes more sense. Computers are easy to figure out sometimes. It's true.
Yeah.
The best way to make money is honestly understanding how to read these trends. But I wanted to ask Trails, what got you into crypto? Are you in the US? Drop some comments on here. Let's have a conversation, because we want people who with their own experience. It's good to spread good information rather just shilling a fucking coin and telling people invest in this. You know, kind of give people the insider how they can be smarter with their money on this, because there's money to be made for everyone. So don't get fucking caught bag holding, you know. A lot of people get caught bag holding. That's the thing. And bag holding means you're sitting there with a shit ton of coins, and when it goes up, you're holding. But then the big guys
Eventually
just fucking
goes back
sell,
down.
and then you kind of lose your profits. So always understand. We'll talk a little bit about taking profits. But Trails, thank you for responding. He said, I'm in North Carolina right now, and I just kind of got into it because I got bored, and then I got tired of banks. I hate banks, never trust them. I agree. I hate banks. I don't like them. Like Bank of America, they closed my account because they said I'm depositing money in there. And he said, it's high risk. I was like, okay, so you make a certain amount of money, you're all of a sudden high risk, and then we got to wait at least a month before I can get another bank account because I got to wait for my money to come out from Bank of America. But yeah, so in North Carolina, then perfect. You're in the U.S. just like us. What do you think about, Eric Trump saying, hey, zero capital gains on the U.S. based crypto? Obviously for for investors like us, that sounds appealing, but I feel like there's more to it. I feel like there's, I don't know, maybe meant to benefit them more. And Trails says, yeah, and if you want more than 150,000, they have to order the money to be printed so they can have it sent to the bank so you can pick it up. Yeah, it's stupid. Like, I thought you guys had my money. What do you mean you guys got to order it?
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy. I didn't know that's going to be a part of it.
Yeah. Okay. Honestly, it is what it is. It's just another way for some people to make more money off of other people's money. It's true. I mean, that's just the name of the game, making money.
So in that case, it would be more productive just to keep your money with the firm with the exchange that's holding it. And if they can offer you some kind of prepaid card where you don't have to suffer any ramifications from withdrawing it into a bank account, then you're better off just keeping it with the firm.
Right.
At that point, you could spend your earnings right then and there.
Yeah, and it's just crazy how they can just keep printing this shit.
At that point, I won't even withdraw money at this point. I might as well just spend it all on my fucking prepaid. My prepaid coin card, and I could switch it too. I could pay with the actual coins themselves. I don't have to liquidate them with the firm. So
of course. But then so obviously let's kind of move on to what people can understand of how this has value. A lot that helps, like Bitcoin has a lot of value because of its limited supply. I think Bitcoin has around like 21 million coins, I believe. You can correct me if I'm wrong. And so that creates a lot of scarcity, if I'm saying that right. But that's kind of what feeds into the value. And Bitcoin, people are like, oh, well, can I use Bitcoin and buy things? No, me personally, and a lot of people that kind of second this notion, but Bitcoin is like is more of a store of value, like gold. I think that's what we're turning into. And Doge is kind of laying down the foundation as money meant to be used in transactions, right? I feel like there's going to be another one coming along. It's not just going to be Doge, but Dogecoin is paving that way right now. And I think Dogecoin really, there is a use case for it. And the use case is to use it as like transactional currency. That's really what its best thing is. It's lightning quick. The fees are low. And that's what you want if you're going to spend this kind of thing. You don't want to use Bitcoin to buy something and pay for all, the fees and all that. I'm sure, because Doge is one of the lowest. So why would you want to use your store of value? You want to just tuck that away and have a good currency that can be used for everyday purchases. And Dogecoin is definitely leading the pathway for that. There's going to be more coming along. That's for sure. But I think this is where Dogecoin is going to kind of take the lead. I don't know, High Trails, what you believe in these coins. If I don't know, drop in your opinions about Dogecoin or any coin that you feel is better suited for transactions.
Okay, so let's see here. Look up the actual amount of the currency in circulation, because whatever is in the digital is literally not real money. It's fake. And we look at the actual legit currency, because the currency that we use is not American currency. Interesting.
What's your take on that, Brandon? Oreez.
Yeah, well, I personally just feel like, just to simplify things, the digital asset is the king. You know what I mean? It's encrypted. You can't mess with it. You could store it on a hard drive, for fucking crying out loud. It is king. The fake money to me is the fiat currency.
Oh, it is.
So
because you can just print that, and it's just like
endless supply of nothingness. It's just, and then they can manipulate the shit out of it because the ledger is handled by people.
Yeah. XRP is a good one. I like it.
RPM,
Bitcoins. Yeah.
a couple other ones, but see, XRP is the utility for XRP is because it has a good exchange with different countries' currencies. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, something like that. I believe so.
Like their system, something about their system is it's like can work with the Swift system pretty well as far as like delivering money to different countries. And like transactions between different countries and stuff like that. I'm not too privy to the exact nature of the technology and its mechanics, but I know that that's what it supports. It supports international trade. I was about to ask too, isn't Dogecoin working on the same blockchain as Bitcoin?
It is. That's where it's that's a good point. Yeah. Dogecoin was actually made to parody Bitcoin, and they're working on the same. Yeah, you're right.
So, XLR is pretty good too. You could get quick flips off of those.
Axis, yeah. Cardano, you like Cardano? I like Cardano. I think it's been such a slow mover, but it's doing a lot better. But like I said, we could talk about all the technicalities, what we all like about it, but the problem right now is people are looking at crypto as a get rich quick scheme right now, and it's kind of killing. Yes, ADA is a great one. It is.
Yeah. The get rich quick scheme thing is definitely killing the vibes because people are taking their losses and then they're just what they're doing is they're villainizing crypto once they take their loss, they take their L, right? Because so it's like it's not my fault, dude. Like,
yeah,
this is like open waters, bro. This is uncharted territory, man. This is marine law, bro. Anything goes, you know?
Yeah. So yeah, like you said, so I was looking at XRP stuff. XRP is designed to enable quick and inexpensive international money transfers. And that's great. Yeah, get their feelings hurt too easily. Exactly.
It is what it is, man. Like, you can take L's everywhere. If you're gonna take an L, at least take an L trying to get a W.
And the number one rule when it comes to anything you invest in: do not invest what you can't afford to lose. But some people, I heard stories about people buying Trump coin with credit cards.
Dear God, I heard stories about people putting hundreds of thousands of dollars into this shit. They're fucking stupid, bro. Like,
got rugged.
It's all of it is experimentative, when we get down to the nitty gritty. But there are ones that have held, they've stood against the test of time, man.
Yeah.
Bitcoin, Cardano, Solana, what is it? Dogecoin. Mm-hmm. Dogecoin's been real friendly to me, man. There's some real good ones. And as far as like people shilling it, they will create the utility for it.
It's crazy. $200 now $29. It's see how crazy the market manipulation is on that fucking coin, and it's fucking Trump's people doing it 100%.
It'll probably go back up, man.
Maybe because they're really trying to pay off Kamala's fucking debt.
It'll go back up. It'll go back up when everybody least expects that shit.
I think this whole Trump coin is the new GameStop.
I mean, yeah, and GameStop could pop off again too.
It could, but we'll see. I think the rug pull that Trump did left a lot of sour taste in a lot of people's mouths, just to say the least. It could have been on purpose to get all the weak hands out of the fucking market. True, but now who's gonna buy their coin? But at the end of the day, Barron's got so much money now. Even though at $29, they still got money. But yeah, let's talk about wallets, Brandon. Let's kind of like give a little information on how people can store their crypto. I know I kind of brought it up earlier. Don't store it on an exchange. I mean, yeah, you could put some on an exchange, but I wouldn't put everything, because once you put it on the exchange, that's anything can happen to them. It's better to store that in a wallet. Yeah, Brandon, what about you? Any experiences with wallets?
I mean, I just have digital wallets. As of right now, I don't have any actual cold wallets. It's something that I've been looking into.
I've actually heard about Ledger, a good hard wallet company. Yeah, I've been kind of looking into different things. I mean, I know I was using like MetaMask, things like that.
Oh, that's sketchy ass shit.
Nah, it's good to me. Like, I think it's just like what's sketchy is like the way to use it, and I can understand how people get lost in it because it's a lot, and like especially when you're swapping coins. Remember when people were doing that? I forgot what that fucking coin was called. Something Space Moon, whatever. That's what a lot of people are doing. They're swapping their coins on Pancake Swap. Kraken and Coinbase.
Kraken and Coinbase. I mean, Kraken and Coinbase are pretty good. Like I said, Coinbase has been real friendly to me because it has a lot of incentive. They give a lot of reward.
Until you need to cash out, then Coinbase is all of a sudden doesn't work.
Really? I mean, shit. I'm just using their card at that point, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Don't need to cash out.
Yeah.
I just use their card. They're gonna love me for using their card.
Mm-hmm.
I would argue that they would see the trends and they would prioritize those investors over the ones that are like, nah, let me get this hard cash right here, right now, because I'm keeping the value with the firm.
Mm-hmm. Well, from your experience, I also wanted to ask you guys, even Trails, if you want to chime in, where do you guys see this market realistically going right now? Because this is the most pro crypto leadership we have right now in the office. But surprisingly, the prices haven't really been surging. Like, I would say put this back in 2021. We would probably see record highs. I mean, as if there wasn't any record highs already, right? But significantly higher record highs in 2021 if news like this came out then. But right now, this news came out and it's kind of going sideways, and it's not a bad thing it's not the way how you view it, but it's kind of underwhelming because it's good news that we're getting from our administration, but it's not really going up. What do you guys think?
It's going to be a slow climb. It's going to be a slow climb to the top.
Yeah.
The way I see it is going to be it's just going to be steady part of our lives. And it's going to be more and more worked into the fact of life. Yeah. How we pay for things and operate. Exactly. It's going to be a slow adoption of it. You know what I mean? And then suddenly we're going to all open our eyes and it's going to be everywhere, and just like you said earlier, people are trying to view this as a get rich quick scheme. Like, no, this is an insurance policy.
Yeah.
And that's how you should view it.
It's better than my savings account. I'll tell you that. Like, I look at my savings account, like barely with these stupid rates. And then you go to your cryptocurrency. I treat that as my savings. Like, yep, putting money in this because I'm actually getting better returns. I mean, I've had my losses too, but that's where you learn. Like, people get so turned off with the losses. I'm like, no, that's kind of like where you learn. You need to have enter strategies. That's kind of like something I've been very, very meticulous on now, especially more than ever with how volatile the market has been. Just understand when you're going to exit. If you're going to exit, have a certain amount in mind that you're going to sell, and then have a number in mind too where you're going to buy back in. So say like, let's just say,
for example,
XRP right now is what, $3.10, something like that. Last night
it jumps up to 17. Sell that shit when it's at $3.15.
Sell when it's $3.15. If you think it's going to hit $2, buy it at $2. But again, this is not financial advice.
I mean, it isn't, but I could tell you what's happened in the last 24 hours is, for example, just fucking around, they dropped this new coin, Toshi. It was at 3 zeros. It was at 3 zeros. Let's see, 9, 3 zeros, 9, 3 zeros, 8, like yesterday. And it dropped a decimal, man. It dropped a decimal, and I cashed out, bro. My $20 was like $50. I'm like, I'll take that. I'll take that little 30. You know what I mean? And put another 20 back in because it has a good upward trend, right? So I already have like gains right there, man, from a fucking coin that dropped a few days ago. That's a fucking joke about the creator of Bitcoin. You know what I mean? So it's all about like really studying not just the market, but the social media force behind everything, because
it's the digital age and everything's going to be driven digitally. So crypto is going to be heavily backed into digital space, and like like you and Trail said, it's going to be a part of life, and we're seeing a slow adoption. That's really where we are right now. Everyone thinks like, oh, this is it. It's like, no, we're not there yet, because
Right.
until I hear Target saying like, oh, you can now pay in crypto, it's nothing right now. It's a lot of speculation, but I think there's a lot of good speculation behind it. But don't get caught up too much. There's a lot of risks and scams right now going on. You go on Twitter everywhere. I can get all my mentions right now are just these scam tokens and scam accounts trying to get me to join their stupid little group. And like
people getting their fucking Facebooks hacked, and they sell the Facebook is selling crypto now.
Yeah,
all kinds of stupid shit.
Yeah, dude. So you guys got to be aware of that. Don't listen to some random dude messaging you like, "Hey, I got Bitcoin for you." He's like, "Really? You got Bitcoin for me? What you gonna give me for this Bitcoin? What you want for this Bitcoin is $110,000."
Right.
Well, not right now. But that's kind of what also people should be aware of. There's a lot of scams going on with crypto, and it has had a history of, obviously, Silk Road. If you don't know what Silk Road is, a dark web where the main popular currency to trade on there was Bitcoin, and our government seized all of that, and now they're apparently going to make a strategic Bitcoin reserve. That's the rumor mill over this.
Buy the rumor.
Sell the news, but yeah, I'm kind of high right now, so I kind of lost my train of thought with that.
Oh, we're talking about how Silk Road was using.
Oh, right. So Silk Road was kind of like one of the earlier use cases where people were actually using their crypto, and that guy was actually pardoned. The guy who's the founder of Silk Road, he was pardoned by Trump, and people took that as a big win for Bitcoin. And I said, I don't know, because Bitcoin's still not moving. So
Dude,
a lot of people are looking at signs right now, and that's just the annoying thing that I'm seeing on Twitter, and everyone's just, or X, whatever you want to call it, or
I don't know why everyone is. Oh yeah, that shit too. I don't even pay attention to that dumb shit right now.
I'm hella lit right now too. Me too, man. Like I was like, I'm a
shout outs to the Rastas, but
what I'm using, Planet of the Vapes.
I think people are too like impatient, bro. Like you were telling
why,
me,
and they should be. You know why? Because our economy is at the shittiest point. People need fucking money, and
yeah, they do. But
and then just to kind of like, we're kind of going off the trail a little bit. Just kind of, maybe I can tie this in somehow later before we get off. But people are tired, man. They want their money, and people want to be in control. Remember when the pandemic happened, and that our government was arguing whether we were worth $1,200, like a stimulus check every how, and then they were getting all this money. It's like, but they were debating whether we could get $1,200, and then you got Joe Biden, Pacific Palisades, offering $700. It's like, thanks, like that's all you can give us. You gave Ukraine this and that. You gave all this bullshit. You gave Israel a fucking money we don't need to be in, but you can't help us. And that's why people are impatient. They want to make money because they're tired of waiting for their government to support them. And so crypto is a way to go. And now fucking the government's in it, and they're just saying, oh, this is where people want to spend the money, huh? Okay. So we're going to fucking rug pull you guys. That's kind of how I see these regulations going too. It's kind of, is it really decentralized now? Is it, that's my question. I'm open to your guys' opinion. Is it really decentralized now if that's what's happening?
We know that it's going to get to a point where there's going to be complete control over it. So my strategy is to acquire as much of the most valuable as soon as possible. So that even if they do have complete control over it, at least I will be in a position where I can play the game.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's why I'm telling people you need to at least get 0.01 Bitcoin in your savings account, in one of your accounts, bro.
Yeah.
Because that's going to make a world of a difference for you in the next 10 years.
And that they actually, when I say they, obviously the big suits, whatever, they hope we're stupid with our money. That's what they want,
Mm-hmm.
If you put $1,000, I know $1,000 is a lot of money for a lot of people, but if you can scrounge that up and get 0.001, like what you were saying, it would give them a much more steady savings than, because it's just fucked up. Just how money works over here right now. It's
soon you're going to be able to borrow against your own Bitcoin You won't have to take loans from the banks. You'll be able to borrow against your own Bitcoin, and you could finance your house.
Wouldn't that be great? Just to kind of see a new age in money. But I think we're also still a far away from like total adoption. I think it's slowly coming right now, and like you guys said, it's slow adoption, but it's a lot of trust that needs to be, because people are tired of losing out on money, and people can lose out on a lot of money on crypto. Let's be honest right here, because it's so volatile. You can make a lot of money and lose a lot of money in a short period of time, and that's what's scary.
I mean, dude, my best advice, man, is to just if you can scratch up some change that you're willing to let go, then put it on that, because people buy stupid shit already. You can do that with the bank right now, for real. You can borrow against anything. Rich people use debt to make money. Oh, well, yeah, but you'll be in their debt trap.
Oh, no. Yeah, our debt. That's why whenever they talk about debt, they're like, we owe so-and-so. I was like, we?
Right.
What do you mean we?
I didn't.
I don't remember sending them I don't remember sending fucking China money. I mean, I sent
it's because those motherfuckers, they all bought bonds. They bought bonds on the U.S. bonds and all that shit, and bills and all that shit. Yeah. And that shit, it's supposed to give them returns, but where do those returns come from? Wow, you tell me, man. This shit, they're just printing money, bro.
Exactly. That's why I was like, who knows?
Yeah, at this point,
it's just a magic print that shit button when they need money, and then we have to pay for it. It's like, just print it, they'll pay for it. And
that's why Bitcoin is very important, bro, because there's only going to be 21 million. There's like 19 million in circulation, and a good portion of the 19 million that are in circulation are actually gone.
It is.
So
they're all pretty much
they're all on. Like I know a motherfucker who had 14 Bitcoin on a cold wallet. Yeah. And when that shit hit 60K, he was joking around talking about, I lost it.
Yeah, well, let's talk about this guy who spent 10,000 on fucking 10,000 Bitcoin on pizza.
What?
Yeah, you don't remember this? You've never heard of this. You've never heard the story.
Explain to me what's going on.
All right. So back then, this guy was on a forum, right? And he had 10,000 Bitcoin. He offered someone, like, hey, I got 10,000 Bitcoin. Can someone place a pizza order for me, right? And so some guy took up the order, said, you know what? Fuck it, I'll do it. And so he sent the guy 10,000 Bitcoin, and the dude ordered him 2 pizzas. And now, this is obviously when Bitcoin is not nearly worth whatever it is now. I don't know, I haven't checked. But yeah, he spent 10,000 Bitcoin for 2 pizzas, and now his face right there in the top right would be my face too, looking at the price go up and realizing I spent 10,000 Bitcoin on pizza. You've never heard of that story? Look that up. It's funny.
Yo,
he's got a good.
That fool is tripping.
Yeah, but he's a good sport about it. He's just like, it is what it is. He's not one of those, but you could tell that guy's got some remorse. He's like, fuck.
Yo.
But at the end of the day, he's like, fuck, man, I don't regret it. The government burned all the real American money that was backed by gold and silver and created the currency we have now. So we couldn't use the currency to actually have money and wealth. Yeah. See, I mean, this is why people are kind of just understanding what's going on with the money. And that's why crypto is kind of taking a lot of interest, but a lot of people who also know how to manipulate it and scam the shit out of you to also getting in on it, because where there's to make money, everyone goes. And right now
it's unfortunate. It's about timing, and well, because luck is the combination of preparation and timing. So if you're prepared at the right time, then you get lucky. If you're not prepared at the right time, what are you? You're unlucky. So you just gotta be.
Good way to put it.
You just have to be knowledgeable of the technologies that are coming out, and understand how you can be opportunistic and gain from it. So, because it's like people are so upset with Bitcoin, but like my shit's up right now. Is by margins, sure, but I cash out when it gets as high as it can, and then when it drops down, I put a little bit of the money from my cash out to get the same amount that I sold when it was high. And when it keeps bouncing up and down like that and it's nice and predictable, it's easy for me to get small gains that way. I'm like, I hope that they don't fucking create volatility and make that shit shoot the fuck up, because then I'm not gonna know when the fuck to sell.
Just so everyone knows who's watching right now, from the 8's dressed like that because he's a whale.
Yes, sir. We moving the motherfucking chart.
That's why he's covering his face. He's a fucking whale. And I'm saying that because you fat as hell. I'm just kidding.
I ain't got money like that, man. No. But you know, that's just if you can easily predict what the chart is gonna do, it's gonna be easier for you to set your limit buys and your limit sells, and you're gonna make money, man.
Yeah.
You're gonna make money. Like my phone was going off the other day talking about buy, sell on all of my fucking cryptos.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's just like, once you actually put it into effect and you take screenshots, look at the differences, you see the profit margin, and then you show your friends and everyone's seeing that strategy actually works. Man, yeah, at that point, nobody's going to want that shit to shoot super fucking high. And everyone's going to want it to go down for a little bit so we can get that fatty discount.
Of course. I mean, that's...
So I don't know why people are expecting this shit to just shoot up overnight.
Because those are the people who want to cash out, Brandon.
Oh, that right away. Yeah, those are the right away people.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, with that being said, with crypto, do you think NFTs are going to make a comeback? Because remember when NFTs was like, oh shit, NFTs.
What I mean, that was just kind of a stupid concept to own the digital version of a physical object or have a digital art that someone can own, because it's like
all the memes just taking a screenshot of it, right?
Yeah. So like, why? What? I did not understand the utility whatsoever, to be honest.
But see, that's how people feel about crypto. I don't understand the utility. You see what I mean? So it's just like
of the NFTs, though, bro.
But I think NFTs is a little. Let's be honest, the use cases, yeah, you could probably sell it because it has a lot of value for the artwork, whatever. Sure, let's call it that. It's just like, I got some art pieces right behind me that has value like that, right? But so NFT is essentially just digital art that you could sell, or someone just takes a screenshot of it and fucking puts it on what's it called? On
Reddit.
No. No, on Photoshop and just fucking increase the image quality, and there they got the same thing, right? So
right,
NFTs, but I'll be honest, I think there is a space for NFTs, but there's got to be people. I feel like it's a niche crowd.
Definitely, it's niche, it's just I'm trying to understand how to make money off of that when you could just screenshot the photo, increase the quality of the photo, and then.
Oh, Photoshop AI can do that already. Photoshop's got some crazy.
So then you could theoretically just recreate that NFT with the same photo and just say, like, how would you go about fabricating that photo as a legitimate NFT?
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying.
So there's just so many questions that rise when you're talking about NFTs. So there's definitely something to look into. Because my actually, Bentley Records can turn your songs into NFTs. Mm-hmm. And I've been trying to see maybe if that's going to be a good option for me. So, there's something to think about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I agree. I just wanted to bring that up, too, because remember when crypto was kind of blowing up, the biggest blow up it's ever seen, NFTs were also coming out. And, I kind of been hearing some people talking about NFTs, and it had me wondering, like, is there still a market for that shit?
There is. I mean, it's still thriving, apparently.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, Brandon, what else did you want to like? I know we're on this episode because I know you wanted to discuss more. I know we were trying to talk about some basics, but we kind of just trailed off and talked about things. It's okay. But before, if I'm to tell other people what to do your own research, 100% research what you're getting into. It's worth it if you're putting your money into something. You got to research what the hell you're doing. You don't just fucking throw your money. If you did your research about Hawk2A coin, going back to Hawk2A coin, if you would have done your research, you would have known that was a pump and dump scheme. And sorry for those people, but do your own research. It'll pay off as long as you're doing the proper research on the right projects. I know Trails over here kind of gave us a list of things he likes, and see, it's good to be knowledgeable about what you're getting into. That's how you can maximize your wealth.
Right.
It's
My advice would be like, be friendly, man. Make friends in the space. Get close to them. Be respectful, and just try to see what positions they've taken and how they've benefited from it. Right. You learn from experience, but you can learn vicariously through others as well. So just take the best of what everybody else has done and incorporate it into what you're doing.
Yep. What else you got, Brandon? I mean, I kind of had a list of things, but I know you have some stuff you want to talk about. I kind of rambled on.
Yeah, I would also advise people to not shy away from actual legitimate stocks, because there's still money to be made there as well.
Mm-hmm.
Look up your company stocks, whatever employer you have. Look up the company stocks, see if there's a way that you can send some money from your paychecks to those stocks, because a lot of those brokers that they have working for those companies, they maximize return for you. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And there's not much of a pay cut for them, but since they have so much so many clients, it's easy for them to gain profit. So, and it's easy for you to gain profit if you're a patient person.
Right.
Hold your asset for a year. You don't want to get your shit taxed. You don't want to, get hurt, in the end of the fiscal year. And, just be mindful of the technologies that are coming out, right? Know which ones are doing what's going where. They're quote unquote trying to put Doge on the moon. XRP's going to be more compatible with the Swift banking system.
XRP is trying to get their own strategic reserve. I think they're trying to, overtake the Bitcoin thing, and it's a race right now. I feel like we're in a new kind of race, and was it Donald Trump or someone said that they want to make US the capital of cryptocurrency, which would be great, but I think we're still a far way. Still very far. But we're kind of getting to that hour mark. So we're not hopping off just yet, but there's a couple of things we could still talk. I mean, if you guys want to hear more about cryptocurrency, we can kind of do more of like a little more of a crash course on this, where we could talk about how proof of work is, proof of stake, or smart contracts. We can break that down in another episode for people who are trying, for people who want to really understand how technical you can get with crypto other than just transacting it. The benefits of actually using your utility. We can break that down in another episode. So if you guys are interested in that, leave a comment, shout us out or something on Twitter. Just let us know if you want to see something like that, because it is a time. There's enough money for people to make for everyone right now, and I think crypto is a good point to put in the people's power. I think if we can all get into it now, we have a better chance of being in more control than letting the big government come in and regulate it on us. I mean, regulation's good, but to what extent are they going to do? Brandon, what about you? Anything you want to kind of send us off on before you head out of here?
Yeah, so before we leave, I just want to give everyone a quick reminder. I have a list here generated by Google Software AI. Countries that have adopted Bitcoin. United States, the U.S. government has accepted Bitcoin as a decentralized digital currency for transactions since 2013. Canada taxes cryptocurrencies as capital gains, treating them as commodities rather than legal tender. El Salvador was the first country to make Bitcoin legal tender. The government has also invested in a nationwide Bitcoin wallet. Nigeria, young Nigerians have turned to cryptocurrencies to hedge against inflation and make money.
Nigerian princes.
Yeah, United Kingdom. The UK has allowed the use of cryptocurrency since it was first introduced. The government regulates crypto assets, including fiat-backed stablecoins. Australia considers Bitcoin to be an asset for capital gains tax purposes, but not money or a foreign currency. So the proof is in the pudding, man.
It is.
It's in the pudding, and if you're not able to see that, then it's very unfortunate. Nah, that's all I can say.
I mean, that's why people are tuning in because they want to know. I mean, that's the number one thing. People want to know how this works, and that's what we're trying. I mean, even for us, we're not experts at this. We're learning as we go, and we're kind of just sharing what we've learned going in, and we definitely want to talk more about crypto and kind of learn from each other because that's the best way to do it. So if you guys look in our comments, we have our link for our Discord, so you can join that now for free. But once this live goes off, it'll be going back to subscription only through our Patreon. So if you want to get in our cave Discord, you can click the link in our chat right here. You can join that, and then there's a cryptocurrency section. But we're more than just cryptocurrency. We talk about everything. You like conspiracy theories? Talk about that. Our main podcast has conspiracy theories that over here. He does a lot of that with a spirituality with one of our other hosts, Oreez. We got a team on here. We all talk about different things. So please consider joining our Discord right now while it's free, so you can tune in with us and you can hang out with us in there. We talk about anything. We game together. We play whatever. But yeah, so I think that's about a good point to kind of let this go off right here. Brandon, you got any closing things you want to talk about? You want to talk about your, I don't know if you want to make that announcement yet. I know we kind of talked about it behind the scenes, but if there's something you want to promote.
Yeah. So we'll be hosting an event over here in Pacific Grove, California, Monterey County. It's going to be at Lighthouse Cinema. Sorry. It is the Lighthouse Theater. We're going to be donating a good portion of the proceeds. So if you guys could stay tuned into that, just follow me at Oreez Official 831. That is Oreez Official 831 on Instagram to get the latest updates on that event. We're going to have a nice lineup, bands and rappers and a singer and some comedians. Shout out to Selena's Fool. Shout out to the 8. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Bentley Gang, and shout out to the Elite Millionaires Club. You know what I'm saying? This is the Cave, and we peacing out right now. So
yes, sir. And if you're a golfer, I got a golf brand, propergolfco.com. Please tune in. We got some stuff coming up for you, for all the golfers. And we might accept crypto. I'm kind of considering it. It'll be cool.
Yeah, we will be accepting crypto pretty soon in many facets.
Of course. All right, guys. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. I'm your host, Proper, joined by Oreez, O from the 8. Tune in next time. Please hit that Discord. That way you can stay in the loop about our future shows, and you can tune in with us, as well as visit our website, K4V3.com, for the Patreon link. All right, guys. Peace out. That guy really fucking spent 10,000 Bitcoin on pizza.
Fucking up. What's up?
He really spent 10,000 Bitcoin on pizza.
That fool was stupid, bro.
He didn't even get the works.
Shit, right? The shit didn't even have no fucking sausages on it. Pause.
Big sausage pizza.
Sausage coin.